I am teacher Mastawal bringing you this class, and today's topic is because, but, and or, which are conjunctions. We're going to talk about them. But before we talk and discuss about those three conjunctions, let us go to the previous class, to the earlier class, and do a quick revision of what we talked about and discussed about last time. If you remember, last time we talked about the present perfect tense. We said that the present perfect tense is one of the four verb forms of the present tense. We listed the simple present tense, the present continuous tense. We also said the present perfect tense. And finally, we have said the present perfect continuous tense. So we have given examples of those four tenses, but we focused on the present perfect tense. So what did we say is the present perfect tense? The present perfect tense is a tense that shows an action that started in the past and still continues to this present, or an action that started or completed in the past but has a consequence to the present time. For example, we said there are three main ways of using the present perfect tense. The first one is what? To talk about repeated actions. To talk about repeated actions. And if you remember, we gave examples by showing common time expressions like every, like several times, many times. For example, I have visited the library many times. Or I have gone to the library I have gone, or they have gone to the library every weekend. So it's showing us what? Repetition. Many times, every, several times. It shows us repetitions. This is the first way of using the present perfect. The second was completed action in recent past. In the recent past. This is the second way of using the present perfect, and that's what we talked about. For example, they have just gone to the supermarket. This is showing us what? This action just recently happened. So if that is the case, it is an action completed in recent past. And what else? What other examples can we give? She has already passed her exam. Again, we have what? Already here that is showing us, this is also what? A common time expression that is showing us a time. So already passed her exam. So it is very recent to the present, even though the action is completed. The third one that we saw last time is action that began in the past and still continue to the present. So this is the third and final way that we saw the present perfect tense. So an action that began in the past but still continues to the present. They have lived in the big house for the past 5 years. So, if you see here, we have shown have and lived, but we are focusing more on the time expression here, the common time expression, which is for what? The past 5 years. Even though the action has started in the past, but it's still continuing to this day. They are still there, living in that big house. Okay, what else? She has studied for the exam since last month. Again, we have common time expression. She has studied for the exam since last month. So starting from last month up to now and still continuing, she has performed the action. She has studied for the exam. And that is the 3 ways that we have seen last time of using the present perfect tense. And now let us go to today's topic, which is because, but, or, and, or. So what are these 3 things? These are very common things that we use all the time when we're talking, when we are writing, we hear them when we are listening, and when we see them when we're reading. So these are very common things and words that we see a lot. So what are they and how do we use them? So they are all what? Conjunctions. All of these are conjunctions. What are conjunctions? Conjunctions are words that show or that helps separate words, phrases, clauses, and the like. So words like, and we also classify conjunctions into 2 forms. The first one is subordinate conjunction or conjunctions. There are a lot of them. There is a lot of them. One of them is today's topic, which is because, we have therefore, however, many. We also have thus, and many other. There are a lot of them. We also have if. If is also a conjunction, a conditional conjunction. So in the case of the other one, though, this is the first one. This is the first one. The second one is coordinating conjunctions. Unlike the first one, this is a very limited conjunctions. We have limited conjunctions here. They are famously known as fanboys. They are famously known as fanboys. These are abbreviation, and 2 of them that we're going to see today. For example, this is for A stands for and stands for nor. B stands for but, which is one of our topics, Another topic that we have today is or. We have yet and so. So these are the fanboys. So conjunctions are separated with subordinate conjunctions or subordinate conjunctions or coordinating conjunctions. And these are the ones that we use. We use them in our sentences to separate phrases, to separate clauses, and not only separate, but to also join and two ideas that you want in a sentence. We not only use them to separate, but we also use them to join. We use them not only to join, but to make sense of our sentences. We use them a lot because we need to use, for example, the most common one that we use, and. We use it to show what? Addition, we use it to show list, or we use it to talk about alternative choice, and another one, but we use it to talk about what? Contrast of idea and also opposition. So these are subordinating and coordinating conjunctions. And that is what these three are. So let's see the first one, but, because. Because. The first one, because, is used for in case of cause and reason. So this is the two ways we use because. Because, as we said, is a subordinate or a subordinating conjunction that we use to talk or give reasons to why something has happened. For example, I have stopped eating ice cream because it is not good for me. We have stopped doing something. Why? Because it is not good for us. That is the why that it's asking. Whenever you use the the subordinating conjunction because, people often ask why, and that is what it is talking about or answering in this case. Why? If someone says, why did you stop eating ice cream? And then you would say, because it is not good for my health. It's not good for me. I am wearing a coat because it is cold outside. Again, something happened. Two ideas here, right? Two ideas. But because of one of the actions, another thing will happen. So you could say it is like cause and effect. So I am wearing a coat. If you would ask me, why are you wearing a coat? And I would tell you, because it is cold outside. Because of that, I am wearing a coat. The dog barked because a stranger walked by. So again, two things that happened, but two of them have a connection here. One of them happened because of the other. Why did the dog bark? Because a stranger has what? Walked by. If that stranger didn't walk, and then the dog wouldn't bark. So because the stranger walked by, the dog started barking. So two things, two actions, but they are related. We also use it to separate and connect at the same time. Two different ideas, but at the same time, we use the conjunction because also to show a cause and effect situation. This is the first way we use because. The other one, the other topic that we have today is but. We use to show contrast and opposition. Contrast and opposition. This is, I think, the most commonly used conjunction like and, right? We use and a lot in our sentences when we're talking and also when we're writing. But we also use but to show a negation of something when we're trying to negate someone's previous ideas or even our own ideas. Let's see an example. He is tall, comma, but he is a bad basketball player. If you see here, two opposite or two ideas that negate each other or that oppose each other. He is tall, right? Tall, yes. In this case, we have his height versus what? His ability. So we are what? Contrasting two things, yes? How tall he is and how poorly he plays at that sport. So he is tall, but he is what? Bad at playing basketball. So that is two negating ideas. She is tired, comma, but she would like to go to the party. She's tired, but she would like to go to the party. So, again, two opposing ideas. If someone says, I'm tired, then that person is usually advised to do what? To take a rest. If you are tired, take a rest. But in this case, she is tired, but she is thinking or preparing to go to a party that would be more tiring. So, two opposing ideas. But, okay. We have another one. The last conjunctions that we're going to see today is or, which shows choice and alternative. Yes? So it shows as choice or an alternative of something. Okay, let's see an example here. We can have a piece of cookies, or we can have a fruit. We can have what? A fruit. So it's a choice. It's a choice. What else? Okay, we can watch the movie or play outside. So again, it is giving us what? Alternative. Before and after or, there are two choices. Before and after or in this case, unlike but, for example, earlier, before and after but, there are two contrasting ideas or two opposing ideas negating each other. In this case, we have, in the case of or, we have two ideas that are what? Options. That are options. You could take this one or that one. So these are choices or options or alternatives that we can have. One other example. Would you like tea or coffee? So in this case, it is a question, right? Would you like tea or coffee? For example, let's say you went to visit a family, or you went to visit your friend, or even you went to a cafe. What will you be asked? This is a question that you will be often asked. If you go to visit someone you know, or a friend, or an acquaintance, or a family, they will ask what? Would you like tea or coffee, or would you like even water? So you will be given alternatives, choices of your preference of drink, or even food sometimes. And this is a very common expression when you go to different restaurants and cafes. Would you like tea or coffee? So if this is what we said about coordinating and subordinating conjunctions, let's do a few exercises and see how well you remember them. Complete the following sentences with the correct conjunction. The first one. I didn't go to school today. Blank. I wasn't feeling well. Number 2, she is very talented. She's blank. She still needs to focus more. Do you want to go to the beach? Blank. The mountains. He studies hard. Blank. He wants to get good grades. Number 5, you can have an ice cream blank, a cake. Okay, I think this is enough, and I will give you 3 to 4 minutes to complete this assignment, and then we will do it together later on. Okay. Okay, I'm sure you all did a wonderful job of completing all of these exercises, and you did really well. And let's see them how well you did together. The first one, I did not go to school today. Did not go to school today. And then what comes after is I wasn't feeling well. I did not go to school today. Why? Because I wasn't feeling well today. Cause and effect. Okay, number 2, she is very talented. She still needs to focus more. She is talented, so why does she need to focus more? So these two are negating. She is very talented, but she still needs to focus or practice more. Okay, number 3, do you want to go to the beach? One option. The other one is the mountain, 2 options. So if it is an option or an alternative, it is or. Number 4, he studies hard, blank, he wants to get a good grade. He studied hard. Why? Why? Again, because he wants to get a good grade. So always when you're doing because, it's always answering why. Okay, number 5, you can have an ice cream, again an option, or a cake. So, or is our coordinating conjunction that we're going to use today. This is all the activities that we're going to do today, but I'm going to leave you with a few exercises that you're going to do as a homework. Okay, so let's do a few more activities and see and practice. Again, complete the sentences with the correct conjunction. Okay, number 1. I enjoy reading blank. It helps me to relax. Number 2, I wanted to go for a walk. Blank, it started to rain. She likes tea, blank space. He prefers coffee. Number 4, you can stay at home, blank space. Join us at the party. Okay, so these are all the questions I want you to do quickly. I will give you 4 minutes to finish, and then we'll come back and do it together. Okay, I'm sure you all tried your best, and let's see it together and let's see how well you did. The first one, I enjoy reading. It begs the question, why? Why do you enjoy reading? Because it helps me to relax. Because it helps me to relax, what do you prefer doing? I prefer reading. Okay, I wanted to go for a walk. It started to rain. So two negating ideas or contrasting ideas. So I wanted to go for a walk, but it started to rain. So I'm not going to be doing that anymore. Number 3, she likes tea and he prefers coffee. So 2, again, negating ideas. She likes tea, but he prefers coffee. So 2 people liking 2 different things, opposition. Okay, number 4, you can stay at home. So this one feels like it's giving what? An option. You can stay at home or what? Join us at the party. So 2 options or 2 alternatives. We could stay at home or you could be with us at the party. So that is all about the coordinating and subordinating conjunctions that we have talked about today. And I'm sure you know them, you're so familiar with them, and I'm sure you'll be using them a lot when you are writing, when you're reading, speaking, and also look for them when you are listening a certain audio or recording. And thank you all for tuning in today and being very patient with this class. And I hope you have gotten a lot of things. And I hope you join us in the next class. Have a good time.